Hi everyone, I'm Hannah.
And I'm Celine.
And welcome back to a Fun Day Friday.
At the We Are Podcast. You didn't join in.
At the
We Are Podcast.
that.
Okay, whatever.
Okay.
You're being rude.
For those of you who don't know, Fun Day Friday is a joke. That's not a...
Okay, you say this every time. Calm down.
Because I feel like people are going to think that we Fun Day Friday is like a real thing. It's a joke.
Calm down. Okay, anyway.
Friday. It's actually Saturday.
Bro, yeah. We're filming on a Saturday, but Fun Day Saturday.
Anyway,
Okay,
today we're talking about our high school experience.
if you don't know, we started Sorry, ignore that. We started high school a week ago. So we've gone to high school for a week. We have met some people. We have gone to classes. We went to a dance, and
It was interesting.
we're here to talk about, like, number one, we want to talk about classes and, like, lockers and just, like, the
I want to talk about our
academic-
first day, though. The very first day.
Mhm, okay. And
So,
then I feel like, yeah.
The first day is like the freshman first day, and it's like only freshmen.
Yeah.
I think most schools do that, but basically it was on Monday. It was just freshmen. Everyone said it would be boring. It kind of was, because all you do was like team bonding, and literally no one had school spirit while we were doing chants, and it was very
I
disappointing.
know. We did these, like, assemblies at our school where you, like, cheer, like, this chant, and, like, the whole grade is supposed to join in, but no one joined in.
No,
So-
only the popular boys did. Every
Yeah.
else, all the girls like didn't. And me and Celine were like screaming our heads off, and we looked like fools.
Yeah. And also, we were trying to, like, introduce ourselves in the group, and, like, everyone talks really quietly. So one thing I would say, like, if you're new somewhere, just project confidence and, like, talk loudly.
Yeah.
Because I'm really shy, but I notice that when I talk louder, like, I just feel more confident.
And also,
So-
like, a lot of people, like, feed off of your personality. So if you're more confident, they'll be more comfortable.
Yeah, like, you're way more outgoing, and I'm way shyer. So, like, I feel like when I'm around you, I'm more outgoing just because, like, you're so outgoing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, like, you just feed off the people's... I kind of do that, too. So if someone's, like, not giving me the same energy back, I just kind of die down. But if someone's, you know, enthusiastic, then I like that, and I'll be enthusiastic back.
Exactly.
And also, like, I don't know if we mentioned this, but we're going to, like, a completely new school, so I know no one there besides her and, like, one other person.
Yeah, and I knew some people from, like, elementary school or something that I haven't seen in years, but it's still just, like, weird. But, I mean, I think something important is to just, like, when you're meeting something, like, ask a lot of questions about them, like, to get to know them.
Yeah,
Like,
and
make
don't
sure...
be shy, because, like,
Yeah.
introducing people, like, what do you have to lose?
Exactly. And make sure you show that you're, like, interested in them. Like, be like, oh, what's your name? Like, what sports do you do? Or, like, something like that, you know?
And if there's someone who's being friendly that you don't think you want to be friends with, because I know there are people that, like, were nice to, like, both of, or, like, one of us, or I don't know. Not really me, because I don't think I've really met that many people. But I know with Celine, like, there were some people that just, like, stole her stuff, but were, like, nice, and, like, never gave it back.
Like, yeah, so, like, it's just... Like, if someone takes your, like, hair tie or pencil...
or both.
Or both.
And never gives it back, or is just
you know...
or it's kind of just, like, not your type of person. It's okay to, like, not want to be friends with them. Like, you don't have to, you're not obligated to constantly give them things or be nice to them, as long as you're cordial.
I mean, be nice. Yeah, I think, like,
Be cordial. Be cordial.
Yeah.
Like, don't be like, ew, I hate you.
But you don't have to give them, like, the homework answers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
Like,
don't have to be, like, super, super polite. You can be cordial while still, like, respecting yourself, you know?
Yeah, and I think it's just, like, if someone tries to, like, you know, like, anything, like, someone makes you feel uncomfortable, or just someone, just doesn't, like, you know, it's okay. Like, there are so many people at high school that it's like, and a lot of people may love that person. It's just there's certain people that you immediately get along with, and certain people that you maybe don't for whatever reason, and that's fine.
And especially being new, it's hard to find that.
But
Right.
So, I think my biggest fears for like going into high school were like, number one, getting lost. It's not that scary. Like, our school is pretty big, but I got lost like once, and no one cares. Like, it's the first week. If you get lost, you're gonna be fine. So many people I heard like went to the wrong lunch because we have A lunch and B lunch, and a ton of people like went to B lunch when they had A lunch, and no one cares. Like, the teachers will just be understanding.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Especially if you're a freshman.
Especially.
And also, like, on top of that, I would suggest, like, going before or early to school and, like, finding your classes.
Yeah.
So you
at the end of the first day, we had this thing where we got to, like, check out our schedules and, like, go to our classes. So the day after, we knew where they were. But if you don't have that time, it's fine. If you're late, if you're, like, 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, believe me, a lot of people in my classes were late.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you can't find anything even at the end of that day, just stay a little bit later if you can, so then you can know where they are for the next day.
Yeah.
And just get comfortable with the school. Don't be afraid to get lost in it. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you're lost.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of upperclassmen, especially student council, will help you.
Yeah.
Some of them won't, but that's just life.
No, I mean, I asked some random teacher where the math classroom was, and he's just like, oh, go this way and that way. And so he was nice.
Yeah.
So, don't be afraid to ask.
How are your classes?
So my classes are interesting. Like, I think it's interesting to, like, meet the people in your classes and just, like, a couple people in my classes I had actually known from, like, second grade even. So, and my teachers, I really like some of my teachers. Like, one of our teachers, we had the same one.
Same.
Let me think. Some of my teachers, like, maybe their teaching style isn't my favorite in the world, but, it's like, you'll get used to it. And if you really hate a teacher so much and you feel like you can't learn anything in that class, you can always try to switch out by asking the counselor. And I would say, like, pay attention in your classes. Like, I think it's important. And try to,
like, participate to, like, a good extent, because it's not like being stuck up. It's more just like respecting your teachers, I think.
Yeah. And I think
being respectful.
Being involved can really help you, like, meet people and, like, have a better experience. What about you? What's your experience been so far?
So I have a lot of classes with, like, upperclassmen that aren't, even, like, some classes that are meant for freshmen, like study hall and stuff, I still have with upperclassmen, which is kind of weird. But so it's really hard for me because I was like, I was looking forward to meeting a bunch of freshmen, and I don't really have that opportunity, being like, I don't know anyone in the first place. So it was so weird. But being friends with upperclassmen can be really good for you too. I mean, they can help you with, like, some difficulties you may face, and also you kind of get, like, a cool kid privilege because you're friends with the older
and I get that it's, like, really hard to meet people, even if it is just freshmen. Like, it's just hard to start conversations and talk to people in general.
Yeah.
What about your classes?
So I like most of my classes. I mean, I just have, like, study hall, and then I have, like, a student council class. And I won't say the name because I feel like it's too specific, but I really like that me and Celine have it together, and it's really fun.
I love the teacher too.
Yeah. All of my classes I really like. Like, I like the teachers and stuff so far, besides my Spanish class.
Yeah! Okay, here's the thing. So we went to the same elementary school for, like, 2 years in the same middle school, and so we learned, like, we did this thing where we rotated, like, Chinese and Spanish and French for, like,
I didn't even take any languages because I wanted to do, like, band or something.
And our Spanish teacher, he was a nice guy, but I mean, anyways, well, I feel like I just didn't learn much in that
Long
class.
story short, I had like half a semester of Spanish because Corona started, and Celine had like a semester, and I know zero
didn't
Spanish.
learn. Like, I know nothing. So we're both in Spanish 1, which is, like, the lowest.
Yeah, we didn't even get to take a test to see if we could go in the highest.
So there's that, and
it's fine though. I mean, my teacher seems nice. I just not a big fan of
my Spanish teacher's really nice. She's like, oh, just come up to me if you want to, like, if you're overwhelmed and you need to, like, walk around the school, if you need a break. And I'm like, wow, that's really nice.
I know. Anyway.
Okay.
Is that our first half?
Yeah, it's been 10 minutes actually. I think second half we're gonna talk more about like dances and parties and like
Social life.
social life. Yeah.
right.
Because the first half was more academic. All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Welcome back from the break.
All right, welcome back. So now we're talking more about like the social aspect of high school, and so there was a color dance at our school. I know a lot of high schools had it. So it's basically where you like throw colors, like these powder colors. At
It's
people.
basically, if you guys didn't know, it's a whitewashed Holi.
Yeah.
I think that they got the idea from Holi. And Holi's like this Indian festival where people throw colors in the air, like powder chalk colors, to celebrate like a new era of goodness.
Yeah,
and it's really fun.
It's fun, but
They literally used Holi powder, but
They did.
it's for kids. And I thought it was gonna be so fun because I love Holi. I love chucking colors at strangers.
I know. So they were planning on doing. So the thing started at 7, and they were planning on doing colors at 9, but they changed that to 9:30. So, and then
during the thing.
during it, so we go there, right?
Let's talk about like debating. So I went early to help with like student council.
Cause we're in a class that like helps.
It's like freshman student council. It's not like real student council.
Yeah, it's like the pre-student council.
Yeah, so we're not like technically a part, but they said like if you want to come to help, and I was like I have nothing better to do. So I went there. That was pretty fun. I mean, I carried like this thing, and now my shoulders are very, very sore.
The pain.
It was like 60 pounds, and it was.
Oh yeah, I saw someone carrying one, and she had like a dent in her arm or something.
Yeah, it was bad. And they were like barriers, so we carried those all the way from the parking lot to like the field.
Wow.
Rough. You're lucky you didn't come around.
Sucker.
But I went there, and then I did that, and we put glitter on our faces.
I know, I didn't get glitter.
Yeah, because you didn't pick up like a
50-pound thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I come later.
We sign in, right?
We sign in, give our IDs, all that stuff. You have to pay $5, and then we walk in.
At first it was fine because there wasn't anyone there.
It was mostly chill. Like there was music, and we were just kind of singing and like.
The songs are really good, and they gradually got worse.
Oh my gosh! And then like a lot of people showed up, and
I feel like there's not that many people here.
And then this huge crowd. Everyone like, here's the thing. All these popular kids group together in a crowd, right? Like this huge
in
circle.
the middle. And mind you, we don't even have a friend group. Like there were some people that were so nice to us. Like some people from like the pre-student council were nice. And they were really nice. But
yeah, I think everyone kind of branched off at some point.
Yeah, they had their own friend groups, and we just didn't because we're new. You know, we've been there for like 3 days, and we don't have any classes with freshmen.
Right. So I'm like one of those people who's like introverted, and I don't really like crowds or noise.
I love crowds and noise. I thrive in crowds and noise, but I didn't like it.
It wasn't my thing at all. Like
I think that's partially because we didn't have a friend group to be with, but I think as the dance progressed, people just started getting more and more frisky.
Hyper, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if that's your thing, that's great. I think a lot of people did enjoy it, right? But if it's not, that's fine, because it's not my thing. I don't like dances or parties.
You know, I went to middle school dances, and they were actually really fun. But I just felt like it would be so much more fun with the colors, and since the colors were so late, I was just like, I want to go home.
No, it's just not my thing. Like, I'm not a fan of loud. Yeah, I just didn't, and plus
also, I didn't know anyone in the center, so why would I even?
Yeah, so,
and just a warning, a lot of school dances, people smuggle in alcohol. There were kids saying...
Some kids mentioned alcohol at some
She's
point.
like, yes, this would make it so much better if we had alcohol.
And I'm like, no, not really.
No.
So, no, like, there's a lot of peer pressure around, like, alcohol at
definitely.
parties or dances, and I'm sure there was some that we just didn't know about.
Oh, and also, like, even if they don't have it physically, but they're talking about, like, oh, this party would be so much better with alcohol. If you're uncomfortable with that, and definitely if you're underage, it's okay to be like, no, I don't.
No, it's better to be like,
because
no,
I
if you're
see so
underage.
many people that are so uncomfortable with that, but they don't want to be like no, so they just go like, oh yeah.
Don't be afraid to say no, especially in a situation like that. Like, peer pressure can make it really hard, but it's for the better of you, and like, you don't want to break the law, and it's just.
So that's a warning. Another warning I have for you is, a lot of people in high school are couples or just very pubescent. so they naturally like the romantic aspect. So you will see things that you did not think you will see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And it kind of just depends on your comfort level. I did not think people would start doing like stuff that fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
By stuff we mean like twerking.
Yeah, there was a lot of twerking. And, you know, if you don't like to dance, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, also another thing, I feel like people put pressure on you to be like a good dancer.
I'm so bad at dancing. Like, you have no idea. You don't want to see.
Oh, we should post the video of you dancing.
We should, as like an interlude in it.
Yeah, because she did a dance for like PE.
Gym
When was it?
class
Like in 7th grade?
That was so funny. But I'm not a dancer. I'm not a crowd person. I'm not a loud noise person, so.
I'm allowed I'm allowed, like, I like that type of stuff, but I did not like that dance. Partially because of the friend group, partially because of Corona, partially because I wasn't expecting any of that. Here's what I was expecting. I was expecting the colors would come out at like 7, right when the dance started. People would just be like drinking lemonade casually. We would all be singing together with a bunch of school spirit about like the songs and stuff, and we would throw colors at each other. I was not expecting a cult to form in the center of the field.
And I feel like, I don't know. It's not what I expected, but I would say try it out, honestly. I mean, just try it out. Cause like, maybe you'll love it, maybe you'll hate it, or maybe you're like, that's fine, you know?
Yeah, and if you like it, good. Go ahead, as long as you're being responsible.
If you don't, that's fine.
It's okay to have fun, as long as you're, like, not trying to kill yourself or anyone else, or harm yourself or anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay. So, and you know, if you don't like it, if you like it, whatever happens, like, I feel like there's this pressure to just fit in, like, in high school in general, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, who decides what fitting in is, you know? It's just...
If you think about it, popularity lasts for 4 years, but what stays on your record lasts for life.
Yeah.
So, make sure you're, like, thinking, like...
Responsible.
If I drink alcohol tonight... Oh, it will be fun for about 2 seconds, and tomorrow morning I'll have a hangover, and then for the rest of my life I'll have like driving under the influence, like what's it called, citation, or like different things. So really, like, your life is greater than one night. So just like pay attention to that. And I know we sound like old ladies right now, but it's just being like realistic here. That also sounds like old ladies.
But you know what? I feel like it's just... I don't know what to say, actually. I had this, like, message, but then I forgot it.
But you know what? I feel like now it's more just, like, doing what you're comfortable with. And in the future, once you have, like, a solid life, then you can have fun however you want. As long as you're not killing yourself or other people.
Whoa, okay, that was dark again. Okay, but you know what? Do you. You do you, okay?
You do you.
You do you, boo. But I just want to say, like, oh, that was cringy. Anyways, so just, you know, like, whatever happens, like, don't over-prepare for anything. Like, just go into things with an open mind. Go into it being like, I might not like this, but I might like this, you know? Like,
just
whatever
have
happens,
no expectations. Like,
whatever happens is just gonna happen, and you can't change or control that. I mean, some things you can.
I know Celine had, like, a lot of expectations going into high school. I had a lot of expectations going into middle school. For high school, I think kind of middle school killed that, so I didn't have any.
I had so many expectations.
Yeah, middle school killed my expectations.
Yeah, and it's just, like, go into something just being, like, I think just open-minded, like, open to anything, you know? Like,
being disappointed is, like, one of the worst emotions.
Yeah, but then, so whatever happens, you know?
Yeah, and you have no control over that unless you do.
Unless you're, like, this somehow you, like, control life or something. I don't know.
Or you make some very bad decisions.
You can control your decisions.
Also, please don't judge people before like knowing their circumstance.
Yeah.
And it's okay not to like people, but you don't have to be mean to that person because you don't like them unless you're standing up for yourself.
Yeah, unless someone's like bullying you.
And even then you don't have to be mean.
Unless someone's like bullying you and you can just be like, hey, you're being mean. Like, get away from me.
I mean, maybe not like that.
Yeah, okay. Well,
You're being mean.
Yeah. I don't know how to stand up for myself. So don't listen to me.
It's okay. I got you.
Yes.
My little cat.
Yes, literally. Oh! One other thing. Okay, clubs. I just want to quickly talk about it. I think clubs and sports are great to get involved in because you can meet people. I was planning on joining some clubs, and so were you. So I think like getting involved in your school will really help you meet people, and I think it's just a good way to like being part of the community and feel involved and like, all right.
We'll update you about our high school experience later.
Yes, we'll do
Also,
something
about relationships. Neither of us are in relationships.
Yeah, no.
But I feel like high school is a big thing about relationships, friendships, and like romantically.
Any type of relationship is a relationship.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too.
We'll make one about that. All right, so thank you for listening. Whatever you're going into, whether you're watching this when you're like not even in school or whatever, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for listening. Goodbye. Follow us on our social media. Check out our website. Thank you for listening. All the descriptions will be linked in the bio. Thank you so much. Have a great week. See you next week. Bye.